Welcome, future mathematicians. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of four-gons, better known as quadrilaterals. Specifically, we'll unlock a key secret about their consecutive angles that they often add up to 180 degrees. This journey will take us from easy introductions to mind-bending challenges, exploring this concept at four levels of depth. Get ready to master quadrilaterals. Ready to kick off our exploration? Let's start with the basics and build a strong foundation. Imagine any four-sided shape that's a quadrilateral. From squares to kites, they're everywhere. Now, think about angles that share a side, like neighbors. We call these consecutive angles. They sit right next to each other, forming a pair. Understanding these two simple ideas is our first step to unraveling their secrets. Here's the exciting part. In certain quadrilaterals, like parallelograms, these neighboring angles have a special relationship. They are supplementary, meaning their sum is always 180 degrees. This isn't true for all quadrilaterals, but it's a defining characteristic for parallelograms and their special types like rectangles and squares. We'll see how this property helps us solve many angle problems. Time to test your understanding. Grab a pen and paper. Solve these three questions to practice identifying consecutive angles and applying the 180-degree rule in simple scenarios. Remember, practice makes perfect. Feeling confident? Great! Let's level up and explore the why behind this property. We just learned that consecutive angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. But why? The answer lies in parallel lines. Remember when a transversal line cuts through two parallel lines? The interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. Since opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel, this property directly applies to its consecutive angles. This connection is fundamental. Let's formalize this. Consider a parallelogram ABCD. Side AB is parallel to DC, and AD is a transversal. Therefore, angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC, and AB is a transversal, so angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. This logical deduction proves why the property holds true for all parallelograms, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. Applying this property helps us find unknown angles. If you know one angle in a parallelogram, you can find all the others. For example, if angle A is 70 degrees, then angle B, consecutive to A, must be 110 degrees, 180 to 70. And angle D is also 110 degrees. This simple method unlocks a lot of information about quadrilaterals. Now, let's put your medium-level skills to the test. These 5 questions will challenge you to apply the supplementary angle property in slightly more involved problems, perhaps involving algebraic expressions or finding multiple angles. Take your time and think through each step. Ready for a deeper dive? Let's uncover more intricate details and connections. The converse states, if in a quadrilateral, a pair of consecutive angles is supplementary, it does not necessarily mean it's a parallelogram. However, if all pairs of consecutive angles are supplementary, then the quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. This helps us identify parallelograms based on their angle relationships. Let's compare this property across different quadrilaterals. In a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square, all pairs of consecutive angles are supplementary. However, in a general trapezium, only the angles between the parallel sides and a non-parallel side are supplementary. For kites, this property doesn't generally hold true for consecutive angles, except in special cases. Understanding these distinctions is crucial. This concept isn't isolated. It's deeply connected to the fundamental theorems of parallel lines and transversals, which form the bedrock of Euclidean geometry. It also plays a role in understanding the sum of interior angles of any polygon. By seeing these connections, you gain a more holistic view of geometric principles and how they interlink. It's time for the hard level challenge. These 7 questions will push your analytical skills. You might need to combine multiple properties, use algebraic equations, or even construct a short proof. Don't be afraid to think critically and explore different approaches. For the true geometry enthusiasts, welcome to the hardest level. Prepare to tackle concepts that demand precision and advanced problem solving. The very foundation of why consecutive interior angles are supplementary stems from Euclid's fifth postulate, also known as the parallel postulate. This postulate, though debated for centuries, essentially guarantees that if a transversal intersects two lines such that the interior angles on the same side sum to less than 180 degrees, the lines will eventually intersect on that side. Its implication is that if the sum is exactly 180 degrees, the lines are parallel, directly linking to our quadrilateral property. Let's delve into advanced applications. Consider proving a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if one pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal, and then showing how the consecutive angle property naturally follows. Or, explore how this property interacts with vector geometry, where the sum of adjacent vectors can define the diagonals, indirectly linking to angle properties. This depth helps in understanding geometric proofs from various perspectives. What if a quadrilateral is non-convex? Does the consecutive angles supplementary property still apply? For a non-convex quadrilateral, the sum of interior angles is still 360 degrees, but the concept of interior can become ambiguous. The property of consecutive angles being supplementary is strictly tied to the definition of a parallelogram, which is always convex. Understanding these nuances is key to avoiding misconceptions in advanced geometry. The principle of consecutive angles being supplementary in parallelograms isn't just a textbook fact, it's a cornerstone for understanding more complex geometric figures and transformations. It's used in architecture for structural stability, in computer graphics for rendering shapes, and in physics for vector analysis. Mastering this seemingly simple property opens doors to solving real-world problems and appreciating the elegance of geometry's interconnectedness. Alright, masterminds. Here are the first 5 questions for the hardest level. These problems require deep thinking, multi-step solutions, and possibly the integration of concepts from other chapters. Read carefully, plan your approach, and show your complete reasoning. And here are the final 5 challenges. These questions are designed to truly test the limits of your understanding and problem-solving abilities. Don't get discouraged if they seem tough. Every attempt is a step towards mastery. Good luck, and may your geometric insights guide you. And that wraps up our deep dive into consecutive angles of quadrilaterals. We hope you enjoyed this journey through easy, medium, hard, and hardest levels. For more such engaging and comprehensive educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling. See you next time.